Greetings, yogis, and namaste. Happy full moon. This practice is on the longer side. It's about 45 minutes. It's a full body hatha style flow. Since it's a full moon, just burning some lavender, a little smudge stick. And I'm going to ring my Tibetan bowl. We're going to begin in child's pose on our mats. Take your time finding your way to the floor. Coming onto the knees and the shins, sitting back on the heels. You could do a wide-legged child pose if you want. I'm doing knees fully tucked under. I recommend having some blocks for this practice. Forehead to earth, heart towards the floor, opening up through the shoulder blades and the chest. Coming up to a tabletop, find some intuitive movement in the hips. Wag the tail. We're going to begin to wake up the spine, cat and cow. Arch the back, look up, cat. Round the back, look towards the pelvis, cat. Sorry, lowering the back, this is cow. Finding some torso circles. Some rotations in the hip, other direction. Tuck the toes under and lift the knees off the ground. Hold. Engage the abdominals. Push into the floor with the palms of the hands. Breathe deeply. Lower the knees. Find your way to a seated position, cross-legged. You can put a block under your seat if you like. We're going to be here for a few minutes, coming into easy pose, Sukhasana. Take your time to get seated. Sit bones rooting down. Crown of the head lengthens towards the ceiling. Collarbones are broad and open. Breathe here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And bring them to prayer at heart center. Breathe deeply here and arrive. Make some adjustments if you need to, and then find stillness. Set an intention here for your practice. Dedicate your work to the full moon, the August full moon. Perhaps inviting prosperity into your life. Bring the fingertips to the center of the forehead, reach up, bow forward. From here, drop your ear to your shoulder. We're going to roll it forward, making half circles. Rolling shoulder to shoulder. Slowly and mindfully getting into the back of the neck. Reach the arm up over, grab on just above the ear, and gently apply pressure. Bring the other arm out to the side, fingertips pointing towards the floor. Maybe tilt the chin towards the chest to get into the back, southwest section of the neck. Switch sides. Bring the arm up and over, gently applying resistance. Your hand can be pointed towards the floor. Tilt the chin towards the chest, getting into that back corner of the neck. Arms out to the side, wriggle it out a little bit. Shoulder rolls, just a few. Intuitive torso rotations. Shoulder rolls forward. Arms up overhead, inhale. Hands behind the neck and chin to chest. Stretching out the back of the neck here. Open the elbows, heart forward, inhale. On the exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, close and round. Inviting some movement and flow into the thorax, the upper spine. 3 circles. Other direction, you could play around with. Before we do that, we're going to open up in the back body, hands behind the neck, hands behind the back. Tilt the chin towards the ceiling if that feels okay for you. Stretch out the back of the shoulders by clasping the hands together and pulling them apart. Arms up overhead, inhale. Serpentine the arms and hands down to heart center. Breathe here. Switch the cross of the legs. Shake out the shoulders. Arms in front. Deltoid stretch. Bring the arm across. Opposite arm pulls it towards you. Making sure to keep the shoulder out of the ear. Try not to lock on behind the elbow. Try to go above or below the elbow. Arms out to the side, up overhead. Drop one behind the back, tricep stretch. Other arm, tricep stretch. Arms out to the side. Bring them behind the back. Clasp the opposite fingers if possible. Bringing over to the side. Point your elbow towards the side of the room and drop your ear towards your elbow. Feel a nice opening in the neck. Switch sides. Raise the arms up overhead. Over to the side. Over to your right side. I'm sorry, left side. Now over to the right side. Give yourself a big hug. Open up the arms. Change the crossing of the arms. Give yourself a big hug. We're going to find a twist. I'm putting a block behind myself. Raise the arms up and twist. I'm twisting my left here. Lengthen through the crown of the head on the inhale and twist on the exhale. Other side, arms up overhead. I'm going to bring that block around. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And back to center. We're going to find those torso rotations 3 times. Bring the arms out in front to prayer position. One more stretch before we move into our standing series. Side stretch for the wrists. Rotate the wrist. Other side. Rotate the wrist the other direction. Shake them out. Shake it all out. We're going to mindfully transition to a tabletop. On our hands and knees. Some cat-cow action. We're going to transition into puppy pose. Walk your palms forward and begin to drop the heart towards the floor. My thighs are perpendicular with the floor. My forehead is on the ground, arms are outstretched in front of me. Finding length through the spine, opening through the shoulders. The heart melts to the ground. Come forward into Sphinx. The belly finds the floor. Elbows are on the ground underneath the shoulders. Palms are flat on the ground facing forward. Pelvis is pressing into the floor. Gaze is forward. Push up into cobra or up dog if that feels good for you. And we're going to push back into our first downward dog. Walk out your dog here. Find length through the shoulders, bring the biceps by the ears before bringing the heels to the ground. And breathe. Come forward into 3-legged dog on the right side. Come forward into plank, knee to tricep. 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep. 2 more times. Stretch and strengthen. Last one. This time bring your foot next to your hand on the outside, coming into a low lunge. Drop the back knee to the floor. Find an early twist. Bring the right palm of the hand to the right knee, turn and look over your shoulder. Lengthen and turn. Half splits, Hanumanasana prep. I'm using blocks here. Scoot my heel forward a little bit. Everything is facing forward, getting into the hamstring. Finding length in the spine, moving into low lunge. Find a little vinyasa flow here. Low lunge, little back bend, half splits prep. One more time, low lunge, back bend, splits prep. Raise the back knee, find a high lunge. Find plank pose. Side plank on the left side. Left palm is rooted into the floor. Left knee is on the ground. Everything is facing towards the front of the room. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling. Hand can reach up towards the ceiling. Nice opening in the side body here. Thread the needle. Exhale, reach around and through. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, reach up. Find a supported half moon. This is a full moon class, so we're going to be working on full half moon. This is supported half moon, so half moon. Bring the foot back down to the ground. Turn around and find your plank pose. Bring the right foot back up into a low lunge, and we're going to twist, easy twist, come up to high lunge. Or crescent moon. Front knee is at 90 degrees. Lower the back knee. Find a quadricep stretch in your low lunge, really opening up the hip flexors. Lower the back foot to the floor. Find an early pyramid. Straightening through the front leg and fold over the front leg. Getting into those hamstrings from a different angle. Come up again to high lunge. Revolved high lunge. Reverse high lunge. And back to plank. Chaturanga on your knees or your toes. Upward dog or cobra. back to down dog. Raise the left leg up, three-legged dog. Knee to tricep. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, toe to ceiling. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, foot to ceiling. Exhale, knee to tricep. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, strengthen. Bring the foot forward and around to a low lunge. Lower the back knee to the floor. Find an early twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale to extend. Exhale to twist. Half splits prep. Lengthening through the spine and rounding. Find some cat-cow action here. We're going to move into that vinyasa again. Low lunge. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, come forward. Exhale to half splits. One more time. Inhale. Come back to plank position. We're going to find the side plank on the other side, the supported side plank. I'm just switching sides so you can see me from the front. This should be on whatever side you didn't do previously. Love this full body side stretch. The arm can reach up to the ceiling if that works for you. Or even up over the head. I'm not able to do that. Gaze can go up to the ceiling if that feels comfortable. Come into a supported half moon. Thread the needle. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Straighten out the mat if you need to. We'll meet in hands and knees. Push back to downward facing dog. Raise the left leg up. Bring it forward to low lunge. Quadricep stretch. Release the foot. Come up to high lunge. Revolved high lunge. And reverse. I'm a little wobbly on this side. Come back to high lunge. Down to the floor, back to plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, back to downward facing dog. Raise the right leg up. Come forward to high lunge. Open up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Hold here. Reach forward and back, forward, and reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. I'm going to use a block here on the highest setting so that I can really get my body nice and flat and straight in one line and get that arm up and over. Getting a nice long line from the bottom ankle to the hand. Gaze upward if that works for you. Breathe. Transition into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Straighten the front leg. I'm lowering my block here. I'm able to get a little lower on triangle pose. Everything is nice and flat like a Pop-Tart in a toaster oven. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling. Transition back to low lunge. Plank. There's now a cat on my mat, so I'm just gonna meet you in downward facing dog. Chaturanga is optional. Raise the left leg from downward facing dog, three-legged dog. Bring the left foot forward and open up to warrior two. Other side. Arrive here in warrior two. Front knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. Ideally, reach forward and back, forward, up, and back. Reverse your warrior. Moving into extended side angle. I'm having my block here on the highest setting. Maybe take a little tiny step in. Looking for a nice long line between the heel, the ankle, and the top hand. Moving into triangle pose or Trikonasana. I'm lowering my block, stepping the foot in a little bit, straightening the front leg. Everything is nice and flat like a Pop-Tart in a toaster oven. And we'll find downward facing dog. Whatever way works for you, if you want to do a chaturanga flow or just come into down dog. Raise the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bring it forward into low lunge, up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior, exhale. Inhale, on the exhale, come to extended side angle. Inhale, exhale to triangle. From here, move into half moon. Back to forward fold, release. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We'll do this on the other side. Raise the left leg up, coming into low lunge. Open up to Virabhadrasana 2. Reach forward, up and back. Reverse your warrior. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, exhale to Trikonasana. Move into half moon on the other side. Forward fold. Roll up to standing. Raise the arms up overhead. Volcano pose. Hands to heart center. and arrive. Standing in Tadasana at the front of the mat with the hands at heart center. Catch your breath. And breathe. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're going to find a chair pose. Sink the hips back like you are sitting down in a chair. Keep sitting, go further and further and further back, all the way until you sit down onto the floor, and then roll back onto your back. Find constructive rest. Feet are on the floor. Everything is relaxed. Knees are bent. Find a spinal twist by lowering your knees to the right. Gaze can be over the left shoulder. Opposite side. Drop your knees to the left. Gaze can be over the right shoulder. Always extend through the crown of the head on the inhale and turn and twist on the exhale. The neck and head are the last things to twist. Come back to center. Find a hamstring stretch by stretching the heel of the right foot towards your face. If you want to, you can extend your left leg long on the floor. A strap can be helpful here if your hamstrings are not open like this. Open to the side if that feels good for you. This gets into the groin and the side body. Release. Switch sides. Bring the left foot towards the face, stretching the hamstring and the calf. You can start out with your foot on the floor. If that feels good for you, you can extend your leg long on the floor like mine. Just kicking those blankets out of the way. Bring it out to the side if that feels good for you. Stretch the groin and then reach up overhead to get a nice side body stretch. Release. Bring the knees to the chest. Find wind relieving pose. Do some circles on the floor. Find a figure 4 to stretch into the right hip here. Pull it towards you to whatever degree feels good for you. And breathe. I like to use my elbow to guide my right knee open. And switch sides. Figure 4 stretch on the left side. Find release in the hips. We'll do one last little spinal twist. Maybe this time you extend your foot and grab it. This gets into the IT band. Switch sides, spinal twist with the top foot extended. Back to center. We're going to find one last strengthening series before we close out. Coming into a bridge position. Exhale, raise up to bridge, squeeze the glutes and release down. Exhale and inhale, just finding some bridge movement with breath. Exhale as you raise, inhale, lower. Exhale to flex, inhale to lower. If you like to, you can find a full wheel. It is a full moon, so I had to include a full wheel. Gently place the spine back down on the ground. Bring the forehead to the knees, rock and roll, make yourself really small. And we're going to get set up for Shavasana. Oh, sorry, before Shavasana, we're doing a chest stretch. So this is broken wing. I have my pectoral muscle being stretched on the floor here. Switch sides. Bring my left arm out to the side and roll open. Now we'll find Shavasana. Rock and roll down to the ground. I'm putting blocks under my knees here. Turning off the lights. I'm going to put these blankets under my head like a little pillow. We're going to find Shavasana for about 5 minutes. So get settled, get comfortable. Get comfortable, settle in. Shavasana can be so easy to skip. It's a very important pose for digestion, for absorbing the work that you did during your practice. Give the body a chance to rest and replenish itself. This August full moon is associated with health, prosperity, blessings. As you relax into your Shavasana, reflect on the areas of your life where you have been blessed with abundance and prosperity. What goals have you set that are coming to completion and fruition? As we observe this full moon, we look forward to the waning moon, which is a time to clean up, tie up loose ends, and prepare for new goals. I will leave you in silence to breathe, relax, know that you are safe. Just another moment here in Shavasana. Begin to find small movement. Moving the feet, the hands, the ankles, the knees. Opening the eyes, looking around a little bit. When you're ready, roll on to whatever side feels the most inviting for you. And then we'll come up to seated. Find a cross-legged position. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Draw them down to heart center. Thank yourself for showing up. I wish you all the prosperity in the world on this full moon. From the bottom of my heart to yours. Namaste.